All praise to the Most High. Shalom. All praise to the Most High. Yah. Some of us call Hawa. I want to get to the Father, our Father, the power of Israel. So, everybody know my name. Qanath Yahawashi. I have a special guest on. He has some information for all of Israel. And let me take these glasses off. And he gave me a special invite. And I'm honored for that, very much so. I can't express how much I'm honored to even speak with the brother that has taken the pilgrimage over there to do the work for the Most High. So I'm very honored for this brother to be on my live feed. And hopefully everybody will spread this and share this video and more to come. So I'm gonna let the brother introduce himself and we will dialogue. So brother, you have the floor.
All right. Shalom, shalom, Yah Shalom to all. Hallelujah. Just wanted to say I really appreciate you as well, my brother, for allowing me to come on. But first and foremost, I like to always give honor and glory to the Creator, Israel. I also want to give thanks to all the pioneers that made this a reality for us to be able to be back in the land and even having this discussion that we're having today. And I greet everybody, yourself, as well as all the brothers and sisters on here in perfect peace. So I wanted to be clear on that because we are a whole and a unit. And that's what we're talking about today. So I'm Dawid Israel. I am a man of valor inside the kingdom of Yah, out of Dimona, Israel. We've been in the land of Israel for 50 years, and our purpose for being there was to establish the great coming of the kingdom of Yah on earth and hold the land for our people for this time, for them to return back into the land after the 400 years. So with that, I will return the mic back to you, my brother. I appreciate it.
Good. So the brother, he called me, like I said, I'm honored, and it's a blessing. I was basically just walking around, deciding what I was going to do for the rest of the day. And then he called me and I was like, oh, okay, let's hook up. Let's see what he's talking about. So the brother wants to invite me to a conference in Israel. I'm letting him go into that. But I want to say this is very important, that what you're saying right here is what the Most High want us to do. When it says gather ourselves together, yea, gather yourself together, O nation not desired, right? Before the decree or the destruction at hand. And this is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be a living example on how he wants us to walk through his Torah, because we tell everybody that the book of the Most High is a lifestyle, how we're supposed to live, how we're supposed to walk. It's not just speaking it, it's doing it. It's not just saying, oh, I obey the law, statutes, commandments. It's doing it. It's a walk. It's a walk, and it's an everyday walk. Is it easy? Well, yes and no. It's easy if you apply yourself. It's not if you keep putting obstacles in your own way, right? So we knocking down bridges. We're about unifying and brotherly and sisterly love, like Psalms 133 says. So that's what we're about right now. So I'm gonna let the brother explain what he's talking about, and I'm excited. So I pass it back to you again, brother.
All right, well, I appreciate that. So again, we're starting the event itself is was called the Hebrew Unity Summit 2019. And we've coined the phrase the Ascension Summit 2019. And so one of the mandates that Ben Ami had given us in the kingdom of Yah was to go and we are to gather the sticks together. So the two sticks are to become one in the hand of Yah. And so in doing so, this summit, because many the 2019 for them represent the 400-year return or the end of the captivity. Go ahead.
Can you come a little closer to the phone so to see your face a little bit? Thank you.
Absolutely. Is that better for you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so because many are agreeing that the 2019 represents the end of the 400-year captivity, it is time for us to start talking about repatriation back into the lands of Israel and the steps that will be required to make that a reality. As you stated, it's not just something that we will be talking about. This is something that must be implemented and must be done. One of the great things, as I stated, we've been in the land for 50 years. We went through the pitfalls, the situations of taking individuals and bringing them out of the captivity into the lands, back into the lands of Israel and back into the Edenic lands. We've been in Israel for 50 years. We've been in Ghana for 40 years. We've been in Kenya for about 20 to 30 years. And we've been in South Africa and other countries around the globe. And in doing so, it is now time that the brothers and sisters are saying it's time for us to go back home. Many, and some have different opinions of that, but it's time for the first discussion as a whole. As you stated, gather yourselves together, O nation not desire. It didn't say gather yourselves together, O ideology or opinion or doctrine, but it's saying gather yourselves together, O nation. We got to come together as a nation first, not arguing, not debating, but literally getting the perspectives of one another, literally listening to why and where one another is at in order for us to have a conversation on how can we work together as a unit. Where can we work together? We might not be able to work together in the beginning in this arena, but we can work together here. We might not be able to work together in this arena, but we can work together in this arena. Those are the type of discussions that we're having. And it's going to start with the elders, because it's the responsibility of the elders to lead our people where we're supposed to be, back into the promised land. And so all are invited. People and leaders are welcome to come. But we know that the elders and those that are leaders, we definitely want them there to have this conversation. It's going to be a panel type discussion. Many of the our panel discussions, those leaders that want to speak on a specific topic that will be within the documentation, which I'll be sending you as well, Elder Qanath. I'll be sending that to you. That documentation will be you can submit your documentation, what you want to speak on, and you will be allowed to speak on what it is that you want to speak on as well. And inside the panel, we're going to switch to different leaders inside the panel, so we have multiple panels, and that way we can have a true discussion. Many people saw what we had done in New York. We had at the table for the first time in probably history since we've been in captivity, where we've had Messianic Israelites along with those that are non-Messianic, with Moors, with rabbinical, sitting all at one table at one time and had a discussion where we actually had accomplished something. And then when we got done with the discussion, no debating or whatever, when we got done with the discussion, all of those that were in that discussion are actually going to be here at the Unity Summit in Jerusalem, in Dimona, Israel, for this event. These are the type of discussions. This is the way we have to look at it. We have to mature to the point where we can disagree with one another disagreeably. We're not saying agree with everything that's being said. What we're saying is let's hear from one another, literally, without breaking into one another. And this is my opinion. This is where we stand. This is where our organization stands according to this. This is where we are. This is where we stand according to this. And we allow for that. And I promise you, we'll be able to see much more that we have in common than that we have divided. And when we start being able to work where we can work in common, then we can work on the little things that we have that are differences. But I promise you, it's not as big as we believe it is. Now, the date of the conference. Did you have a question first?
Before you finish, let me hold you for a second, because we got new people coming on. Just give everybody your name once again, and then you can finish up. where you would start next. New people coming on.
No problem. My name again is Dawid Israel. I am a man of valor with the kingdom of Yah out of Dimona, Israel. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the dates of the event is going to be December 25th through January 1st, 2020. It's a 1-week event. 2020. So if you have but if you want to go on sacred visitation, which I'll explain in a minute, if you want to go on sacred visitation, you want to take an extra week after or an extra week before the event to be in Israel, because we will take you all around the country, all around Israel, and show you the blackness in Israel, the true locations. The Israelis, quote unquote, are not going to tell you exactly where, you know, they're going to tell you the truth of anything, first of all, in my opinion, but they're not going to tell you or show you the true locations in the scriptures in your tour. They're going to take you on a journey that's going to show you their reality. But there's a whole nother reality in Israel. And we walk you through those places and show you the true background of the places that we walk you through in Israel. On top of that, we also have what's called a Sons of Negev tour, and you can go on this even if you come for just the week. It's included in the conference fee. The Sons of Negev tour, we will show you brothers and sisters that never left the land of Israel. They still have all of their documentation, and they also have deeds to the land from the beginning, from before the Israelis came into the land of Israel. So these are things that you will be able to experience as well. We call it a homecoming. You know, this is sacred visitation. You are not a tourist. You are not a visitor. This is your land, and you get the opportunity to actually have your sacred visitation back home. You are coming back to your land. So with that, if you had any questions or comments, I'm welcome.
Sure, I'm not going to hold you long. Sure. Also, we know this is a spiritual gathering.
Absolutely.
So we know this is a spiritual gathering, and I know a lot of us are going to be touched spiritually with that. But I also would like to look at it on a business aspect of it also.
Absolutely.
So if you could go into, without going into too much detail, I guess, and what business opportunities that that we can look forward to in Africa and also in the motherland of Israel.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. First of all, let me explain. Because we've been in the land for 50 years, we have many successful businesses in Israel. We're not just in Dimona. We're in Dimona, we're in Beersheba, we're in Arad, we're in Tel Aviv, and we're in Jerusalem, and more places, but I'm just not familiar with them. But I can tell you we're in those locations. So we have many businesses that are successful in, and Mizpeh, for instance. Mizpeh is a restaurant. Mizpeh is a restaurant that there's a restaurant where a brother, he actually turned his house, him and his wife turned their house or their apartment into a restaurant where people come in, and the patio, they sit on the patio, and I'm talking about people from all over, the Israeli, all over the world come to this restaurant. So these are the type of opportunities that we have in the land of Israel, as well as anything that your mind can conceive. You are able to achieve in the season. Why? Because we've stepped out of judgment into post-judgment. So we're past the stage of judgment. So now whatever you put your hand to, as long as you are walking orderly with Yah, whatever you put your hand to is going to be successful. That's why we know that this is going to be successful. So there are all types of opportunities. And if we talk about the Edenic lands, I was just at the African Diaspora Conference in Dallas 2 days ago. And what I'm saying is that, wow. And what they were saying is Africa is about to be the #1 economy in the world within the next 20 years. Now, what is it going to take to make that a reality? It's going to take infrastructure. We have transportation. And if you know Ghana, for instance, we just use Ghana alone. Ghana is entrepreneurial heaven. If you need a job, Kenya offers jobs. South Africa offers jobs. But Ghana is entrepreneur heaven. I'm talking about if you have any business mind on any level, you can start any business in Ghana and be very successful in Ghana. Very successful. So whatever you can conceive. And the other thing is, because we come or we're in captive in America, there are a lot, when we flip it to an Israelite idea or a Genesis idea, meaning in the y'all mind, we can't bring a McDonald's because we know that food kills. But if you bring food that is healthy, the standards, the American standard when it comes to professionalism, quality, all that, we can bring that to Ghana. We can bring that to a lot of the other African countries, and we will excel at a whole nother level of the game coming. And right now, Africa is looking for intellectual resource as well as human resource to help build it. And right now, as you know, with the law of return in Ghana, you can come in and get your citizenship. And until you can get your citizenship, you can actually stay there on a visa. And that's like $20 every 6 months, 3 months or 6 months to even be able to stay there. The cost of living there is five times less, meaning $1 there equals $5, not just in the dollar amount, but also in what you're buying. For instance, a taxi ride for me is 50 cents in Ghana. And that's from where I was staying to downtown. A 4-hour taxi ride to the airport for me from where I was staying at the time I was in Cape Coast to Accra, from Cape Coast to Accra, cost me $60. Wow. So imagine what you could do. So the key thing is, what the first step one that you want to take to be able to move back into the Edenic lands, and if you want to be able to keep money coming in from US dollar coming in while you're making this transition, I'm telling everybody, get either a job or start a business where you can work wherever you're at in the world. As long as your internet works, you can work. So a lot of jobs now are offering you the ability to work from home. You never have to go into an office. Now you can be anywhere in the world and you can work your job and get your job done and work a business or anything. That way you can keep monies coming in while you're over there. And like I said, you're multiplying your dollars times 5 in Ghana. So these are the type of opportunities that we have available to us that we know how to take advantage of, because we've been doing it for the last 30, 40, 50 years, that we want to share. And we also want your ideas. Don't think it's just us. The y'all spirit is through all of us. Each and every portion, every congregation, every camp, every individual has something to bring to the table. That's why we are one whole. That's why we are one nation. That's why we must gather together as a nation. And it's imperative that we do it in this season.
Good. Kane. Let me a few more. I don't want to hold you long. Let me know when you're ready to go off, because I'm just going to.
Go ahead.
This is what I mean by something. Right. This is what I mean by telling my audience what I always spoke about: doing something that's tangible, something that you can actually feel, you know, and actually see, and not just hear. Like I said, 50 years of experience, right? Not only just in Yisrael or Yasha Allah, but across the world, especially in a Black world, you know. So this is very important. I mean, there's many questions I can ask you, with taxes concerning or the banking systems, but I would go here. What can we tell the people, or what would your message be to tell the people how to get over the fear of what the news in America tells us about Israel or even Africa itself?
Okay, that is a question that I have dealt with for the last 10 years. And so it's real easy. And here's where the problem comes in. They are constantly lying. And let me explain to you what I mean by this. Propaganda is designed to keep you here in America. Why? Because you are a battery that is being used in order to fuel their economy as well as their system. So why in the world would they tell you anything that would make you want to go back into your land or any other land, period? If you think about it, what land do they talk about other than America where they speak positively? None. There's not one. They have a battle with France. They're in a battle with Russia. They're in a battle with China. They're in a battle with every country that you think of. They're always showing you the negative aspect of it. But let's be real. What country has the most murders in the world? America. Who are the ones who are being killed the most? Our people. Let me tell you, when I walk into Ghana, nobody can carry a gun. They can't even carry guns, the average person. So I don't have to worry about somebody murdering me on the street or killing me. When I go to Israel, the only war you got to worry about is what's happening on the Gaza Strip. The Gaza Strip is so far away from us, it's ridiculous. And that is very rare. You understand? That's like one time, you might see one of those every, 3 to 5 years, if there's something going on. And that's so far away, it's ridiculous. It is so peaceful. Let me put it this way. The first time I went home, I remember walking around. I was walking on what we call the Kifar, which is the village of peace where we live. And a brother came around the corner and my mind went into straight defense and attack to that brother. And I realized how sick I was in America, how sick it made me, because there was no reason for me to feel that way towards that brother. But because of the situation and the murder and the death rate that's taking place in America and the way that we're killing one another, let's look at what we face. We kill one another. We kill each other. Secondly, the police kill us. Some of the Mexicans kill us. Every nationality has been taught to kill us here, murder and kill. So they're saying that wars that take place in Africa do not kill as many brothers and sisters that are killed here on a regular basis. So if you're talking about being afraid to go and what might happen to you when you leave, I'm telling you, you're 100 times safer in one of those other countries than you are here. One of my worst concerns, I will never forget, because I just flew back from Israel. I've been in Ghana for 45. I was in Ghana for about a month and a half, and I was in Israel for about a month and a half, and I just got back here. I flew back about this weekend, as a matter of fact. So when I came back, one of the thing that was on my mind is, man, I got to actually worry about being murdered. That was the major thing on my mind, was like, I have to literally think about that on every day. You don't have to worry about that. And everything that they've told you is a lie. You have to go see it for yourself. So the second step, like I said, get the job. The second step I say is go visit the land. Visit for yourself. Don't come and live, go visit first. And once you visit and you get the feeling of it, you'll be clear, man. And most people who always visit the continent always go back. And then they want to live there, because the truth of the matter is the truth of the matter versus the lies and deceits and propaganda that they've shared with us.
Okay, Kun, beautiful answer. I have a couple more, but also my audience, if anybody have any questions that's tangible, and respectful, please feel free to ask. So, I mean, I can go on all day with questions because I've done a lot of research myself, just in what people I talk to who've actually been there, and just by doing my own book reading and watching videos, so on and so forth, throughout all the countries of Africa. Sister asked about what about giving away land, and I will say this before he answered. I know through my not experience, but from people I know, you have to be careful what chief you talk to, because a lot of times you may get land and you're going to find out that they don't own the land, or somebody come back and try to take the land. I know in Rwanda, a lot of times citizenship is different and quicker to get in other countries. If you set up business there, they actually crowd for you. So my question is this, on this wise, is that inside of Israel, also in Ghana, and you mentioned Kenya, like you say, propaganda on how they tell us how the people are in these countries. How do the people I would say Palestinians or people in Ghana look at a so-called African American?
An African American, and you're saying let's come back again.
Oh wow! See, they interrupted my life. Wow. Let me see. Hold up. Beautiful topic, and they will interrupt.
Are you drunk?
So. Oh, you was breaking up.
Okay, yeah. I gotta finish this. So I apologize. Go ahead. We got cut off. Go ahead. What were you saying now?
We got cut off for a second because I asked you. We didn't hear none of your answer on the question, so you can start now.
I want to make sure I have the question clearly. You're saying in Israel and in Ghana, correct?
Yeah, how do the Palestinians or any other nationality? Of course, we know who some people may call Esau that they may perceive us,
Okay.
right? But like in how do people there perceive so-called people from America, from America, or from the islands over here on the Americas?
Okay, so
how do they look at us?
Now, let me be clear with you on this fact. The Palestinians, we have very good relationships with. The Israelis, we've created relationships with. We can do something that the average person cannot do, and that is we actually are able to help facilitate with the Palestinians coming to events and so forth without having to go all the way around the country. We have went into the country in the mode of peace, and we've been able to get a lot accomplished. They are aware of who we are. They've actually written documentation on us, calling us the island or the island of sanity. They've written documentation on us, called us the miracle in the desert, because of the things that we've been able to do. We were really moving into a platform of being in the political realm, but not really getting into politics to be able to be the liaison between the two, to try to create a peaceful situation in Israel, just to let you know. So when it comes to being an Israelite in Israel, the kingdom of Yah, we have set forth a situation where it's very positive for our people to come back into the land. It was not always like that. And do not believe that it's just going to be an easy walk either. I'm not saying that, because every inch of the way we had to win every single battle that we had to fight there. So we're on the front line in the heat of the battle, battling. When we talk about Ghana right now is wonderful because they have opened up the doors to the year of return. So they look at us as far as the government and the officials. They're looking to us to bring back the intellectual resource to make their government or their country work. So it's wide open arms there. Now, how do certain people? It depends on how you come in. How did we come in Liberia in the first place? And I'm not talking about the kingdom of Yah when we came. I'm talking about the first African Americans that came into Liberia. And the first African Americans that came into Liberia came in as if they were better than the Africans. And so because of that, that caused a problem in Liberia. But if we come in and we start working with them like we do. When I come in, I go on the streets, I talk to them, I've learned some of the language and so forth. When we start working with them, you will learn many of them are Israelites. The Ashanti is Kamasi land. Kamasi is Ashanti land. They know that they're Israelites. Their documentation, they write in their documentation that they're Israelites from the tribe of Ashanti. The Fanti are Ashanti. So you have tribes in there that are Israelites literally, and their documentation proves it. Their historical, what they've done, how they're in alignment with the law, statutes, and judgments of Yah, and all of that is there. So there are tight alliances that we've been able to cultivate through that. Our region program, we wrote the health program for Ghana. The Kingdom of Yah did. It's called the Region Program. They still have Courage Kwashiga implemented that into their system. They want us to come back again and do that one more time. They want us to institute that again into their system. And so they're following. There's things that they still follow that we have implemented, but we're going to come back to implement that again. So these are the opportunities that we have in those lands, as well as the way that the people see us. But I had no problem. And when you get to Ghana, you'll know it's like love. When you come to Dimona on the Kifa and you start dealing with the Palestinians and so forth, it's love. You know it. You will feel it. And that's why you have to come visit. Don't listen to anyone telling you do not come to your land. You have to come to the land. You need to step in your land, and you need to feel it for yourself and get that spirit. I promise you. And you'll be clear. Once you do it, you'll be clear. We've had others that have come home. Was like, I shouldn't be coming home or this and that. When they got there, they were clear. They understood. And now their position is they're trying to get more people to come home. I was the same way. I came from the House of Israel, Cincinnati, Ohio is where I started at. We were totally against going back into the lands of Israel. When I got there, I was clear, and I see exactly what they're doing, because it changes the trajectory of what it is that we're doing. When you really get to come home and you see the brothers and sisters in the land and what they built and what they're doing, it changes the trajectory of the battle, and you know what you're working for. And they've held this spot for us, because outside of the quote unquote Israelis that are there, we have been there the longest. We've been there for 50 years, besides the brothers and sisters who have been there that had never left. So they're 70 years, we're 50 years in the land of Israel. And we had to go, because it said Yehuda had to go home first, and we know Yehuda comes from, most of Yehuda's in America, much of it. So we had to. And that's why they're looking to Yehuda. Africa is looking to Yehuda. Even though at the African Diaspora Conference, they said, you know, we're not going to be able to do this until the African diaspora out of America comes home. They're not even relating that to Yehudanites. But what they're saying is Yehuda has to do this. Yehuda has to come home. Yehuda has to make this happen. They're clear on that. Spiritually, from a spiritual standpoint, even though intellectually they don't even realize that yet. Some don't, some do.
Right. I tell people all the time, brother, that America is not building a wall to keep people from coming in. It's to keep you from leaving. And any aspect of the laws here is to keep us here in this land. From child support, one sister, she tried to get a passport, and she owed a furniture bill, and they wouldn't let her get a passport because of a furniture bill, you know. But the people in getting your passport and so on and so forth. So I wanted to go there. I just want to say a few more things you can. I'll look for a question. Somebody say, well, are they giving away land and so on and so forth?
That's a good question.
I guess we have to go ahead and see. Yeah, go ahead.
That's a good question. You have, there was a time when they were giving away land. At this time, I'm not aware of land that's being given away, but it does not mean that it's not. We have land that we built called the Restoration Village, and we have brothers and sisters that are coming there to the land. But land acquisition is not hard. You just have to make sure that the contract is written correctly between the paramount chief, or the chief that's in charge of that area, and Metropolitan, as well as the government in Accra. Once you understand the dynamic of that, you can have a threefold clad contract, but you have to create a relationship first. And so it's not about getting over there and first just buying land, though you can do that. It's about getting over there, getting established, and then creating relationships that will allow you to buy the land. I would advise you to do that over time. Take your time. That's why I said first, there's a step-by-step process. You're talking about buying land over there, but first you need to step into the land. Get there, see the environment, see how it works, because once you do, one of those families, they're going to pull you in as family. That's just how it's going to work. If you really respectful and you treat them with the respect and love like you would with your brothers and sisters for real. And the other thing is you learn some of the culture. There's certain cultural ideologies as well, things that we don't have over here. There's the level of respect that they have, certain things that they do that we don't do. That makes a major difference in how we do it. So what I'm saying is the Ascension Summit that we're talking about, we're going to be talking about all of these ideas, all of these thoughts immediately. The issue is this phone is about to go dead, and so I definitely have to get going. But what we'll do is I'm gonna shoot you. We're gonna hook up on Facebook. I'm gonna send you all the information, share it with your people, and I'll come back on and do another interview with you when I have at another time.
I appreciate the invite to Israel. And most I will, I can make it over there if I can get a GoFundMe so people can help me out.
Absolutely.
So I can come see you guys.
Yeah, please make sure that you help. And that's the other thing. If you have anyone that you listen to or support, we ask that you support them to get there, because those individuals need to be there for this conversation. If you're not going to make it, support somebody that can, especially a leader or someone that you listen to on a regular basis, to get them there so they can actually share that information with you when they get back. And we're going to also have a time for press and so forth, so you can come and do your show, and actually we can talk and have dialogue with Sarah Madiel, Sarah Dr. Kazriel, and a lot of the other leadership, that we'll be able to share with you, and so you can do press releases and all types of stuff. We're going to have time for that as well while you're there. So
I'm lively looking forward to that. So again, brother, let you go. All praise to the Most High. It was an honor again having you on, and I appreciate the invite, and we will hook up. Most High will.
Absolutely. Thank you, and I appreciate you.
All right.
Yah Shalom, Yah Chai. Shalom.
All right, shalom, shalom. All right, there you have it. There you have it. So if anybody want to come on and talk about that briefly, you can. Okay, well, I think I had somebody come on and talk about it already. Let's see. You can. I think that was a very informative interview. Like I said, myself, I just talk and people reach out to me. The brother reached out to me, and I just thank the Most High for it. I'm gonna set up a GoFundMe so hopefully brothers and sisters can support me, because I'm trying to help you, to do these things, search out these things for you, and so we can try to make not only spiritual moves but business moves. You understand? So I'm gonna set that up. Most High will. I set that up very soon. I was going to talk about too before the brother got off. I have contacts in Ghana already also, so maybe I can link them up. They know Israelites in South Africa, Ghana. They know them. That's there, right? They just don't be on the camera like we'd be on the camera. I know people who have land there, who wants to do business with us there, who express their love to me, and I know it's on the Most High, because I'm like, why? But I'm going to set up a GoFundMe, and everybody can actually see how much money I'm getting, and see where it's going and what I'm doing, because I'm only doing it for you, and myself, to set up things for my family and your family. Most High will. I'll be there in February, so we can do some things that's tangible, and show you that we can put our foot on the ground and not be afraid. So for all the brothers who are coming against what we're doing, then you keep coming against it, because the Most High is steady sending brothers and sisters my way, right? And you guys way that's watching, to make things happen tangible. If you want to retire here at 70, 80 years old, go ahead. I have no problem with that also. But do something. Be about it. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Don't talk about it. So if anybody want to come on, let me see. All right, Tracy, I'm bringing you on. And that's what it's all about. So Most High will, I can make these meetings. Like I said, plan on going to February. Most High will, if I can't make it, maybe somebody can go on my stead. Shalom, go ahead. I like the interview.
Brother. All right. Well, I didn't see that much of it because I just got back in the truck, so I've probably seen about 15, 20 minutes. So what interests me is when the brother talked about Liberia. That annoyed me a little bit, because I know what happened in Liberia. I looked at the documentary, and what it is, when Black people, they were building for themselves, they don't have to build for anyone else. That's not how this works. They were building for themselves. They actually had the Africans come in. They invited them in. They intermarried with them. They did all that. They got jealous of us. They actually got jealous because they wanted to run what we built. And that's what we got to watch out for, Qanath. You're not going to run what we built. I'm sorry, you're not doing that. So we're going to run it how we want it. We have our own culture. I don't have to go down there and go with your culture. What do you mean? So if you're asking us to come back, we actually have our own culture. That will be a clash. Let
me say something here. I think what he's saying here is that you don't have to do what they do, but I think it's on the lines of respecting other people's boundaries. Far as like what they do, let them do what they do. I think as Americans, what America does. America, they're gonna push other things on other people, like they try to push homosexuality in certain parts of Africa, and like they try to push stuff on us. Right now, it's being Israelites. Oh, you can't say this, you can't say that. And I think overall, in our mind state, still being in the mind state of even though we come out of the spiritual mindset of it, but we still doing things physically. It could be of the rolling the eyes. It could be of the language that we may speak. I'm not disagreeing with you as far as like what may have happened there. I wasn't there. You know, I saw part of the documentary. I mean, it's two sides of every story. But I think on that aspect, because I know when I go there, I'm not going to disrespect anyone, and I hope nobody disrespect me. I think we all supposed to go in hand, because what we build is ours, of course, without a shadow of doubt. Will be ours, you know. But we also have to look at it in this aspect. This is why some people don't like so-called Hispanics coming to America, because they don't come to integrate, right? They don't come to integrate, and they don't come to adapt. They come to push their will, right? Push their will on others. Oh, you're going to do this. You're going to do that. And I don't think that's the attitude we should have in any place that we may go.
Of course.
To adapt.
And I agree. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. But when the black folks, when they were in Libya, they built it up for themselves. Nobody helped them build anything. So once everything was built up, everybody was looking like, you know, wow, they got a lovely society. So they didn't have a problem with the Africans coming in. And like I said, they intermarried with them. But the problem is the Africans got jealous and they wanted to take over what our people built. And it don't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Sorry. So if you look in Libya right now, the area that our people built up, it looks bad because they took it over, but they didn't know how to maintain it. So you got to go, like, I still got the documentary on that. It's nothing going on over there, what we actually built up over there. They never maintained it, you guys. They just took it over and was barbaric and savage as hell.
That's one part of Liberia, but then they got a positive thing going on in Liberia. So let's talk about the other parts as far as what they're doing in Ghana, the links they have in Ghana, what they're doing in Israel, also what they're doing in Kenya, as far as business-wise and also a spiritual journey. Because I thought that was very positive, you know, and that the brothers want to have. I found that very positive, intriguing to me. So what you feel about that?
They also, great. They also had, I guess, some leaders of Ghana was talking to some Caribbean people. I got a video on that not recently. They were talking to, and they were apologizing for slavery. But you know, I am Qanath. I was looking at them people like, those ain't our damn people. That's all I'm saying. I was looking at everything they were saying was positive, but when I looked at them, I'm like, so these are the people that actually sold us to the white man? Because that's what it looks like to me, because those are not Israelites. So I'm like, black people, we just got to be careful. It's like, because some people there, not our people there, not the Hamitic come built for them. That's why they want. Now, not everybody there, because our people are deep in Ghana. But you got that Hamite aspect. When I was looking at them, and I was looking at the people from the Caribbean, Jamaica. See, they're targeting the Hamites of Ghana are targeting the Caribbean people. See, they not targeting us because they know we're not going for it. They've been targeting the Caribbean people because I was looking. I said, "What's going on? Who are these people? I've never seen them before." I was like, "Who are these people?" I started looking at them. I was like, "Whoa." Right. Yeah, I'm gonna send you the video. Qanath, it just doesn't feel right. It's like something's wrong there.
Let me say this. Let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
I understand everything you're saying, but I mean, you saw the brother that I was talking to yesterday, and you see how he's living, right? He's living a beautiful life. He's on the beach drinking beer with his feet up, right? He's built a home. He's built a home in Ghana. I know other people in Ghana who has. I know communities there. I know people that's in Sierra Leone. I know people that's in the Ivory Coast that's building condos, builders, black, right? Businessmen that went over there. I know them. I ain't say on a personal level, but I actually talk to them. I want to deal with I mean, what you're saying is you've given us warnings, you know, and that we should look at it because we talk all the time. I want to more so deal with the positive side because, like I said, he invited me to these conferences, and I can't wait to go because I think for me, the scriptures say we don't operate in fear, you know, and the scripture says, who will fight for me? So they've made this journey 50 years ago, ups and downs in everything we do. You know, if you look at what's going on in America, you know, you can't even walk in the store. You know, a woman can't get her nails done or hair done without a Chinese man beating them up. Our children can't walk with a hood on their head. We can't go to the store without getting falling around. If we sneeze too loud, the police will choke us out. So, I mean, it's plenty. And then not only that, though, even our own neighborhoods, right? The death rate in certain parts of Chicago, Washington, D.C., Atlanta, certain areas in California, in Texas, right? It's our own killing one another, right? Whatever the reason may be, right? And we're getting locked up, you know, illegally and legally. You know, I look at our own first because in my neighborhood, my old neighborhood, I didn't hear white people shooting guns. I heard black people shooting guns. I didn't see white people's shoes up on a line. I saw black people's shoes up on the line being killed by black people, or teddy bears around a pole with liquor bottles, right? That's being killed by black people. So I want to deal with the positive side of what they're doing and what they're bringing forth to give our people a way out, like we're going to do. I mean, you already
are better.
What we going to do?
No, you already know how I feel about Ghana. I love me some Ghana.
Right.
I'm looking at certain people. Now, honestly, black folks, we are way better off to leave here and go back to Ghana, South Africa, certain places. We definitely getting the hell up out of here anyway. You know, the creator on the spiritual side, the creator, that's what we're gonna go back to anyway. So we're definitely way better off in Ghana. But there is, like with Ghana, what me and you were talking about, Qanath, man, there's so much opportunity there, black people. It's just amazing. It's amazing. So I'm definitely gonna be back and forth. With me, I'm gonna be back and forth. I want property in Ghana, and like he said, you gotta make money. So we have to, like, remember we were talking, just don't go move there and buy stuff, and that's the wrong thing to do. And you know, we've done our research, and we already know, Qanath, it's not good. You gotta go visit. You gotta get the feel of it, and then you move from there. Just like he said, he's correct. Once you go once, you're gonna go back and you're gonna move there. Second time, you're definitely gonna move. You're not gonna want to come back here, and I already know that. And on a positive note with Ghana, we can do great things. I really like what he said as far as with the medical thing. He said they were writing some stuff with them. I said, man, that's awesome. Honestly, you also got a black lady who opened a college out there in Ghana. Black people, it's called the AAAG, African American Association of Ghana, or something like that. It's called the AAAG. So you have some great organizations out there where black people actually help us when we're leaving here and we're going back home. They got a lot of different programs for us to assimilate there. So I would never tell black people not to move back to Africa. There's no way. We need to get the hell up out of here.
I look at it, when we're talking about buying land, we have to understand Africa is vast. All right. It's 2.5 or maybe 3 times the size of America.
Yeah.
All right. So land, you can get land. You know, it's about where I guess what country you're getting it from, and then, you know, go through the legal process. But it's vast, you know, and then you have to look at what's going on in politics there. Like I did. I searched out each and every country.
I was gonna ask him. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Qanath. I was gonna actually ask him. I hate that he got off so fast, because I was gonna ask him, is any of our people in politics there? Are we allowed to be in politics? Because I think if we're come back and we're helping build and helping it be great, I honestly think we should be in the politics of it also. Do you agree?
Yeah. Interesting question. You know, I'm not a politic type of guy, but I definitely agree to that. You know, yeah, I didn't look at that, but I mean, you have to look at all. we keep saying Africa. you know, they have an African Union. I think what's important is that we have to come together as a people, right? And once we recognize, we have to make people recognize us as a diaspora, as a people, right? And this may not be in our lifetime, I don't know, but come up with a country, not only in our mind, but on paper where we'll be recognized, right? Because we could be in Ghana, Liberia, South Africa, Israel, right? But we have to be recognized. And, they had the African Summit and so on and so forth. Even though we may be living there, it's somebody gonna be speaking for us. You understand? Just like you might have over 300 tribes in Nigeria, right? But they do know all them tribes, one nation speaks, one person going and speaks for all of them, right? Mm-hmm. Even though you may be, if they speaking for you, because if you have to be a citizen. So this is the things that they're working on, that I know about what they're doing. They're working on stuff like that, so and then you can become a citizen through marriage, so there's plenty of ways around it. I know I want to look at it spiritually and business, so when I set up this GoFundMe, then we're going to see, man, because this is something I really want to do,
I really like what he said. If some people can't go, make sure, like you and the other guy, make sure someone else goes. Mm-hmm. So somebody else has their foot, their boots on the ground, and you're giving us all this information. You understand? So we have to have someone down there. We can't just keep talking. Somebody has to be there.
Me. They want me to come. They want me on a panel. And say when I come to Israel, I'll be like in the priestly area, whatever, doing interviews and giving out information. So.
But remember, I got timeshare. Remember, I got timeshare in Jerusalem. So.
Right, okay, fine. That's right.
You remember? Yeah, remember that I got timeshare there, so you don't have to worry about that. A place to stay, because I got that. So if you're gonna go down, I just wanted to go. That's one of my places I did want to go, because everybody that goes, they love it.
Right.
But Ghana, I'm real excited. I know that we're going, and I'm very excited about going to Ghana.
Right.
I know that the people there love us. Our people there, they love us. They want us to come home. They want us to build. And I want to build with them. And I want to grow with them. I do. I really do. I want to grow with them. I love my people in Africa. Love them to death. And I know when I go, I probably don't want to come back. But I know I have to come back. I already know I'm not going to want to come back. I already know. That's why I'm just preparing myself to go for now. Because I already know that it's just, man, we got so much opportunity over there, Black people. It's so much opportunity there. It really is. But I just...
Well, I can tell you guys, for me, my growth spiritually and mentally and business-wise have went here. Have went here through the people I've been talking to over the last month. Through the connections I have. I'm just excited. I'm very excited about this because I never thought this would happen to me, but I'm very excited about this. When like I said, we go to Ghana, we're gonna be picked up. This brother, they will pick us up, and the other brother we talked yesterday will pick us up. I'm in contact with a Kemet group, small little Kemet group over there, but also an Israelite group over there also, and then individuals.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I'll let you finish up and see if somebody else want to come on, because there's something else I was going to go live about later on today about the coonery in Israel. So go ahead.
And also, Qanath, there's other places also for us to have great opportunity. Kenya is one. South Africa is one. And where's the other place, Qanath, you always talk about? The one you really like is very beautiful. Where's the other place you talk about all the time?
Rwanda.
Rwanda.
And Tanzania. Tanzania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tasmania, yes. That's oh my, it's so gorgeous there, you guys. I mean, it's so much opportunity, and they want us to come. Like, these people literally are begging for us to come home. They really are. Uh, it's just, it's just an amazing opportunity. I'm just hoping that a lot of our people wake up.
I will say this for people who feel like they're trapped. I will say this for people who feel like they're trapped. Oh shit, I got my bill due. I can't get no ticket. When I get over there, what I'm gonna do? I don't know anybody. I never rode a plane before. I'm scared to ride a plane. I can't get off on my job, so on and so forth. This is why you have to lean on faith too. But this is why you have brothers and sisters like myself, right? Maybe on other channels, so on and so forth, that you have to build a trust with. And they can actually show you the connections that they have. You know, I was on the phone, Tracy was on the phone with me with a guy, and hopefully I can get him back on. He's in Ghana, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the 2 o'clock in the evening, chilling, retired at 40 something, chilling, okay?
Chilling,
So
y'all. Like,
we can go there and set up things for you guys that's spiritually and mentally, right, capable of maintaining your mind and discipline, you know, and bringing something to the table as far as business or just a work ethic that you can work with your hands. You understand? It could even be working with children, something that you could bring to the table. Because like you said, having the type of money you have over here, you don't need all that money over there.
Mm.
If you're I'll tell you one thing, if you're disabled, if you get anything from the government because of disability, you can go to these countries and be, be a millionaire, basically.
Ooh, live like a king and a queen. Have a maid and everything.
$1 is $5. I think in Liberia, $1 is $16. And then what you could do with them dollars goes a long way.
And South Africa, for our dollar, is $14. So one of our dollars is worth $14 of their money. Is absolutely amazing. And another thing I was going to say, oh my God, my train of thought. Wow. It was important. No. How did I lose my train of thought like that? What? It was so important. Go ahead, Qanath, keep talking, and then I'm going to think about what I was going to say.
The cost that I was talking to the brother the other day, well, he was spending almost $300 a week because he's a vegetarian. And you know, when you're a vegetarian, it costs a lot to eat.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes he's over there, he's eating real fruits and vegetables with seeds. He could spend $72 for 2 weeks. He said very easily, you know, to the point where he's growing his own vegetables because he don't have nothing to do. He grew his own food. Then he's like, man, I can go eat out anywhere, you know, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, feed his whole family, I think of 5 for $12 for the whole day. You can rent a home. Now, this is just in Ghana, because I know it's another sister for her, she's in Gambia, where in Ghana, you can spend from $700 a month to $30 a month, or you can spend $2,000 or $1,500 for a whole year to rent out a house. It's a sister, and I can't think of her name, and next time I think of it, I'll send you guys to her YouTube channel, where she lived in a loft in London, where she was paying, I think, $1,500 or whatever. Now she got a 6-bedroom a house.
Oh yeah, that lady.
You never seen that, right? 5 bathrooms, an outside house, land and everything, and I think she's paying like $300 a month or $500 a month, right? And she has her own business there, a store there, right? Of course, the money's not like the money in the UK, right? But she has a small business in the UK, and she's living like she said, like a millionaire. So these other nations doing it, and a lot of us are afraid to, because if we're not afraid, we just comfortable, right? And you rather have a 30-year mortgage, a 5-year car note, right? Living on the Joneses, get all the jewelry, right? Get your nails done and feet done on damn time, you know. swinging your hair or whatever, and other people are living rich. I mean, our people killing each other over a goddamn Popeye sandwich. I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Oh, you know what? I hope, brother, I hope you come on. Let me see, because yeah, I hope you come on. The brother just texted me. He's from Kenya, so I hope you can come on. I got another brother I know. He has a property and business also in Kenya. So, brother, I hope you come on. Let me see.
Oh, allow that brother to come on. I would really like to hear
Right.
what
Okay.
he's going to say
Okay.
about
I'm
Kenya.
not going to come on. All right. Hold on, guys.
That's interesting. Wow.
Hold up. I'm texting him back because I don't know if he's on watching or he just was watching earlier. Watching from the other brother.
So did the guy discuss how much you can get a house or an apartment down there for the year? Because they pay yearly down there. There's no monthly down there in Africa. You have to pay your rent up front for the year. So
No, we didn't get into that. We was more so talking about the coming together and discussing different ideas and also what they already have implemented in certain countries there. Okay, he's asking me how to come on. I'm trying to let him know. Okay, just bear with me, guys. I'm typing back and forth. So, Straight, you can talk while I'm typing, trying to
okay.
type him.
So there, I'll just give you guys an example. Like I was going to go to Nigeria, but I chose not to go because I'd rather go with someone else. So in Nigeria, to live in like a middle class area, really, really nice in Nigeria, for the whole year, it would run you $2,000. I'm talking about some luxury stuff. You wanted to move in like a two-bed. This was a two-bedroom. Luxury. $2,000 for the year. Whole year.
Wow, that's amazing.
I think Ghana is around the same price or a little bit cheaper. But like we've seen houses in Ghana. I mean some nice houses. Beautiful homes. Probably about 2,400, 2,500 for the year. That's about it.
Right.
3, 4, 5 bedroom homes. Beautiful front yard, backyard. Just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
And
I'm
they're
sorry.
building.
I'm sorry, Tracy. I'm actually texting the brother now because he wasn't watching. You know, I think he's watching earlier. This is one of the brothers I had talked to before, I believe. But he's texting me back. I'm sorry, Tracy. Go ahead.
Okay. So yeah, we're talking about some really luxury stuff. They had a neighborhood, a Palafina. There's a new area. I think they're still building two, Qanath. It's called a Palafina. I mean, brand new neighborhood, everything, brand new homes, everything. They even had a deal to where you could. I was looking at this house out there. It was about $35,000, $40,000. It was a 3 bedroom home. Very nice. It was around, I think, wasn't around 35, 45,000 Qanath, no more than $60,000. This is a
Right.
brand new home, you guys. They had a deal. If you bought the home, then they would give you a brand new car. Because you know, Africa has 10 people. They have 10 brothers out there who design cars. Yeah. So
Right.
Africa has their own cars. So if you would buy a home out there, they would throw in a brand new car. They don't do that
Right.
here. Throw the car in there with it. So that's what I'm saying. Like a brand new home built up. 2,000 square foot, 25 foot, $60,000. And they give you like 5 to 10 years to pay it off. Yep, you either got a 5 year or you could do I know it's a 5 year, it's either a 5, I think a 5 and a 10 year to pay it off. No interest,
Right.
no none of that. Just give us our money. We're giving you
Right.
5 or 10 years
I
to
would
pay
tell
it.
you guys, all you have to do is go on YouTube. You'll see this type of stuff, right? And then I wouldn't recommend you to go online or try to do anything online. Try to get in touch with people that's there, and then just use your wisdom to try to pick them, see what's going on, right? And like I said, I'm going there. I'm going there. So I'll be able to, and trust me, it's hard to get over Qanath. You understand? I'm from the streets. You understand, right? And I have a pretty good education. So, I mean, I got out of high school, you know, so I'm going over there. So, oh, I see you on too, Shock Award. Yeah, the brothers invited me to the Mona to come visit and to break bread. So most I will. I don't know if I'm able to make it. It's in December. That's next month. Like I said, I put a GoFundMe up if I can get the money raised, and I'll go. You know, and then like I said, we going to Africa in February. And Tracy, you know, I'm starting to realize now what we're talking about, and you met some of the same people, that our travel may be abroad more so than we thought. You know, and I think this is good to connect the dots, right? To connect the dots, and we have to learn to get out of this dogma and just feel like we only can do business in America, and we can do business outside of America. Because the competition now is steep, especially when you bring your education.
Of
You understand?
course.
Wisdom.
Of
You know,
course.
that's very, very important.
There was an Indian lady, there was a case not too long ago, right? They had this Indian couple was living in the UK. And the guy ended up opening a trucking company. Beautiful family. Had no problem with these people. So they ended up hiring a Caucasian man to work for them. They gave him a chance. He had got out of prison. So the wife actually wanted to move back. She said the education was better in India than it was in the UK. Wow. So she wanted to move her kids back. And the husband was like, okay, so they wanted to sell the trucking company. Do you know that white man killed that whole family?
Damn. Check this out.
He told
Susanna.
the husband that he had a buyer for the company. They end up killing that man, his wife, and his 2 children.
Look, check this out. I was in an Uber the other day, right? And
wow.
I talked to this guy. He was driving us from he drove us actually. In fact, when you helped us out to go to Baltimore, it was like a 45-minute ride. It was a guy from India, the driver, and he can't wait to go back to India. He can't wait to go back. When he left there, his wife had went to school. I don't know what she went to school for, but she was working for the government, like a government job, you know, not no top secret thing, just having a regular government job. And he had a little regular 9-to-5 job, which he said wasn't making nothing. But he said they had a nice little home, the community loved one another, everything was fine. And he was telling me, just like everybody else, he thought the streets of America was gold, you know. And he came here, he said his wife ended up working for a food chain, right? She failed. They wouldn't give her no money. She had to pay $4,000 for the doctor bill, an ambulance bill, medication for pain. She's out of work. He's working. He's working Uber and working a gas station for some Asians. That man saying no. People wonder why he can't send money back. He said because they don't have no money, paying the rent, car note, all that. He said. Wow. He said I'm trying to figure out how in the hell can I get back. Right? He said he's trying to figure out how the hell can he get back. Hey, Susanna, can you come on? Because I know you're in London. I see you watch all the time. You know, I would like for you to come on and speak. You know, you want to our followers, our family. So it'll be a blessing if you come on also. Trace, let me give you the last word. Let me see if anybody else want to come on.
Okay, no, that's good. Love you, Israel. Let someone else come on. Shalom, everybody.
Shalom. All right.
Shalom.
Let me see. Oh no, we're not going to live like nothing like that right away. That for me. Hey, look, come on. I'm gonna invite you on. Don't be shy. Let's see. If you don't want to show your face, you don't have to show your face. If you don't want to, I'm adding you. We just hear your voice and speak, okay? I just invited you. Oh, you declined. I don't know if you declined that. Sometimes Facebook says that the Chinese are taking over there. What they trying to take over? That continent is too vast. They get fed up with you. They get fed up with you. They chop you up. You know, they would definitely chop you up. Let's see. I'm gonna try you one more again. Don't be shy. I'm inviting you again. Hide your face and talk. Put some paper over the phone. Put some paper on the phone so you dialogue with me, with Qanath. Just put some paper on the phone like that. We don't have to see your face. Don't be afraid to speak. All right. So I'm adding you. Susanna, Susanna, Susanna. Come on. So it's saying adding. Definitely got to add that one sister because she always saying something. You got to definitely add her. Let's see. It say adding. You have to accept it. You have to accept it. All right. Hey Bishop, go let Kenny in. Tell Kenny I'm on doing a live because he's calling me right now. Bishop, tell Bishop go let him in, Sean, or you go let him in. He's downstairs.
Yeah.
I'm still adding you, Susan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go let him in. I just tried to add you, sister. You said okay. Let me see. Kingdom and all that, okay? That was another whole different topic. I'm gonna try you again, sis. If it's not showing up, I'm gonna try it again. If it don't show up, then you go off and come back on. Let me see. I'm gonna try you again. Cause sometimes it does that. If you decline it, if you deny it, you're not down here?
We just called?
Yeah. Call him on his phone. Cause I'm going live, I can't speak. If it's not, then you got to go off and then come back on, and then I'll add you. Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Hi. I'm so sorry. I look crazy, so I'm not gonna show my face. I look crazy.
You look nice.
No, I look crazy. I've been out all day, and I just
twins. We both got on glasses. See, we brothers and
yeah.
sisters. Both glasses.
Yeah, you look like family. You look like family. Yeah. What do you want to talk about? The whole living in this country, or can you hear me?
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, no, don't worry about it. You do that. Yeah, he can. He can. Yes, I mean, yeah. Can you give us some information? You're in the UK, right?
Sorry?
You're in the UK, right?
Yeah, I live in London.
Okay,
Yeah,
can you tell us the way, how are the diaspora over there being treated? Are they being treated pretty much the same like we being treated here in America?
Yes, but the only difference is, I think it's because you have so many different states in America. Your laws differ, whereas in London or England in the whole it's the same. So
Right.
the sentencing is more or less the same, but we've got more of our children in prison, the usual, you know, the curses. You know, we got the stop and search, which happens all the time. And I will say that my son's in prison at the moment for something he didn't do. So basically, Emmett Till, you know, him and a group. Yeah. So him and a group of boys who, 10 years. So he's there at the moment. I spoke to him, funny enough. And they were just giving her a lift home. So it's the same and it's kind of similar to America, only that we don't have guns. That's the only difference. So they carry around knives.
Right.
There's a lot of knife crime. So I don't know. It's more highlighted in America than it is over here. I just don't know.
This is why I say it's important for us to connect, because see, he has 10 years. I have a cousin, my first cousin. He's doing 10 years. I think he has like 3 more left. And I have other people I know that's doing time for stuff they didn't commit. And then things I do know they committed, the sentencing is like way over the top. You know, way over the top. Like in California, they have a law. It's 3 strikes. After you do something, if you do 3 crimes, I don't know if they just lifted that, but after 3 crimes, you get life.
Wow.
You know, it's people who went to jail doing 30 years for stealing a slice of pizza or a bite. Okay, so I don't know if that's still in effect. But this is why I want to do something that's tangible for like your son, who will come out of prison and say, you know what, as big as the continent of Africa, let's get out. You know, and we have to get out of that mind state. Like I told you, I said, sister, come visit us sometime. You know, when you actually closer to Ghana than I am. When I get there, you come out and visit us. You know, we're going to rent a house out there with a bill. You know, so
we have a lot of Ghanaians living in the UK. We have a lot of Nigerians. My stepdad is actually Nigerian, and I know I've mentioned my brothers before when on chats, but it's completely different to America. You guys are segregated and separated. So you will have the Israelites with one another. You would have the Africans separated. You'll have the Chinese separated. Over here, we're all together. We all live together. Right. We all have to pay the same bills. It's not, you know, the so-called blacks in one corner and the so-called whites in another corner. No, the whites are with us. You know, you see them lower than low over here. So it's very important. That's why I try to make the posts that I do make. It's very important to know what is actually going on in other countries as opposed to know what's just going on in America. Because although you guys are going through some hell, it's very racist in America. And I'm coming over to California, hopefully in a couple of, about 3-4 weeks. And I'm kind of scared because the videos I see, the fight, Popeye's chicken.
Well, listen, let me tell you, the sister that you saw me talking to, the sister is my sister. So she's out in California. Wow. You're welcome to go see her.
Please.
I'm sure. So she'll take you around, you know, if she's free, because she drives a track trailer for a living, but she'll take you around. Very good sister in the spirit, you know.
Oh, praises.
And 3-4 weeks. I was hoping to be in Cali in about 3 to 4 weeks, so I might get a chance to meet y'all that way too.
Oh, that'd be brilliant. That'd be brilliant. That'd be brilliant. That'd be excellent. But I think we need to talk more. I really do. And brother, let me just say this to you. Thank you. Thank you for, I see my brother, Tribe Judas on as well. Thank you for coming out the way you have about this whole situation. And we have to remember there's other people, other Israelites living around the world. And we seem to forget about these other Israelites, and we just focus on America. And it's very, for you to step up and say, you know what, out of how many, and to come out of an actual camp to say, look, sorry, I've got to say no. I have to speak up upon this. I'm so glad, because it just shows that you are willing to learn history and to learn what's actually going on in the world. And a lot of people are very ignorant to what's actually going on in the world. We know what's going on, and other people in other countries, like in Africa, they know what's going on. But when you exclude us and just say, well, we're Judah, we're this and we're that, and we're the Israelites, it's quite insulting to us, if you get what I'm meaning. I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from. So I've been following you. I've been following you on YouTube, and I commend you all. Even the young guy I mentioned, he was in a camp. Sorry? No.
Are you crying?
No, it's just emotion. No, I get watery eyes sometimes. It's good that I see even camp members that I've been watching step up and do what you're doing right now. I commend you. I commend all of you who don't just sit there and take it. You're not taking it. You're not saying, right, because I'm in a camp, because you're a leader, I have to abide by your rules. You're actually putting yourself forward for the Most High. You're actually telling the Most High, listen, it's about you. It's not about, the lights, as she said. It's not about how many people you. And your calling is to go to Africa, more than likely, to teach your brothers and sisters. That's why you have to go. So all praises, all praises.
Well,
I'm really shy.
That's what I plan. That's what I plan on doing. I'd like to thank you for saying that. That means a lot to me because, unfortunately, I've been threatened to get beat up.
Yeah,
people have actually threatened to do me harm. I mean, on a more than beat up. And where I'm from, I just don't fear that type of stuff. I'm just built a different way, so it don't really affect me. I still got my eyes in the back of my head open and on the side. You see? But I think it's important because even with that chart, the chart only talks about the people over here. It doesn't even talk about the people everywhere, and it excludes the black people that's in Europe. I have my first cousin, another first cousin, he lives in France. Okay, he lives in France and he's an entertainer there, right? And his son is and I'm not going to say who it is on live. I'll let you know off live, right? Pretty well known. My little cousin probably is about to be very well known, right? Black. You understand? But we have to stand together, and it's important that we connect with our brothers and sisters that's in Africa. People that's going through the same things that we're going through on a much higher level. Everybody that's been through some shape, form of slavery, then got killed, beat, just like you say, white people right now over in London. Bad stuff happened to them too. Yeah. But what happened to us is on a greater scale. This is why we know we are the people. Yeah. This is why we know we are the people, and we cannot be afraid. And we need people like you, right, to encourage people. Jesus. We have to do something tangible and be about it. And that's important. Yeah. We have to start putting our trust in somebody, man. We put our trust in everybody else. We have to start putting our trust in somebody. Yeah. But go ahead, sister. Somebody call me, and a lot of times when people call, then I can't hear you. I know people probably can hear you, but I can't hear you now. So what I'm going to ask you to do, because I want you to, hold on, say something.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it's very low. Let me put my earphones in. That might help. Hold on.
Okay.
It's not your phone, because when people call me, then it's hard for me to hear people.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. I know that's the devil that's doing it. Hold up. It might work when I put my earphones in. Give me a second.
Okay.
Patient with the old man.
Let
me stop. I ain't old. Okay, I hear you. Go ahead.
We could be the same age.
I doubt it. Hey, look, I know you're not going to tell yours. I'm 50.
Okay, so you're about 3 years older than me.
Wow. Okay, I thought you was in your early 30s.
No. I wish. My daughter's in her 30. She's going to be 30.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. Now, see, I'm going to tell you something. So this is what we're talking about here. And this is why we can't get together as a people. I want you to look at the comment board. And this is out of love what I'm about to express to this brother. His name is Earl Hooker, or Hooker. Okay, home of the truth. Right? Now, this is what's disturbing. This is what's going on in Israel right now. Instead of coming up with solutions as a people unified, these brothers only want to a man named General Yahawashi. And this is the part, this is what's holding us back. Israel is scattered abroad. In the book of Numbers, See, one thing, it's hard to get over men in those scriptures. In the book of Numbers, the Most High took the word that was on Moses and gave it to 70 other elders. It's not no one man, no one pot-belly man is going to be able to teach the whole world. Even Christ had disciples, right? So you're not going to tell me a 5'2" pot-belly man is he's reaching out to the whole world and he's stuck in America.
That's right.
Right? So brothers that has that type of mentality, I call that a man pleaser and out of love, brother. Please get out of that dogma and that dark state that you're in. Nobody is home. The Most High is the truth. His son Yahawashi is the truth. But overall, the Most High is truth, not man. Acts 5:29 says this. I'm sorry, sis, but I got to read them. 29 says, Acts 5:29 says, Peter and the other apostles said, it wasn't just Peter. It says, Peter and the other apostles said, we ought to obey the Most High rather than men. Right? So you can listen to the word that the Most High put in their mouth. But now he ain't put this word just in one man's mouth. Home of the truth. Can you show me in the Bible? Then I will shut up forever. You can show me I-S-U-P-K in the Bible, and also show me the Bible. It says I-S-U-P-K, home of the truth. If it's not in there, then you're a false prophet, because the Bible says don't add and don't take away. So if you just added that, then you are the spirit of the Antichrist, right? And we rebuke you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. We trying to gather together as a people. We trying to connect. You want to stay here and be under a short, fat man, then that's under you. That's for you. It's not for us. If you don't like what we saying, you can get off the live, brother. But go ahead, sister. I just had to read them because I don't like that type of attitude with brothers.
No, go ahead, because what I do with those type of messages, I just scroll up. I no longer, I leave it to the men to deal with these men. I don't even bother with these men. I just disregard them, because this is why we're having the problem that we're having now. This is why Israel cannot rise. This is why we are not coming together, because I'm grateful for camps, because I would never have known if it wasn't for camps. Okay. Right. But one thing is, I think there's only one camp that I've heard, an actual priest who said Negroes only. There's only one. There's only one. He questions them and says Negro only. There's only one person. I don't know if you can figure out who I'm talking about. Short guy. We look short. But the rest of them, everybody is about, when it comes to us, for example, is your dad a Negro? Is your Benjamin? Where's your dad from? We get quizzed constantly. And I realize that, and I'm thinking, is your dad a Negro? Is your dad this? Is your dad that? But when the Hispanics, nothing against them, don't get me wrong, or Mexicans, once they say Aztecs, that's it, you're in. It's like, wow, they got the winning.
Right. Okay. They can look like Bill Clinton and they in.
Yeah. And I'm like to myself, like my daughter would say, Mum, I don't like this. And because we live separately, and she would say, Mum, I don't like it. And I would say to her, I understand, because you have, your spirit bears witness, because my spirit churns sometimes. And I'm thinking, this person, you need to walk on up the block, because this is not right. And I'm not saying that they're not, because I know that we have people in Mexico and we have Hispanics whose fathers are Negro. But we can't keep on, not all Israel is Israel, because I know a few dark-skinned Edomites. And this lady I've been calling auntie all my life. And when I started telling her about the truth, she was telling me her granddad's an Edomite. So it's not just about complexion. It's really about knowing who your father's father is. And I've said plenty of times that my brothers, their dad's Nigerian. I thought he was just like a Jackie Chan looking guy, but he turns out to be an Edomite. So we have to be very careful into knowing who is who. All these years,
exactly.
My mom,
let me ask you a question. Sorry, Coach. I'm sorry, Coach. Let me ask you a question.
That's okay.
How many people from South America, not white, pure white Spaniards, but people that look Mexican, or like Oscar de la Hoya, somebody like that, that's in Europe walking around? How many Mexicans do you see in Europe?
Don't. You've
You
got
don't see it,
Ecuadorians
right?
coming over. Ecuadorians are coming over, but my dad's South American. My dad's from Guyana. But you don't have that. You don't. It's all Negroes. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know how to describe it. We don't have. This is why I'm saying that America is not four corners of the earth. Just because you've got Mexicans or you've got like Hispanics, you know, it doesn't mean that that's the four corners of the earth. You've got to disregard that now and know that there's other people living in different parts of this earth. You know, we have Ecuadorians coming over, and Chinese are coming over more, but we don't have Mexicans. We don't have
sister,
Mexicans.
it's not even about coming over. It's about, like you said, you could have family in South America. Talking about you. The scripture said he's going to scatter us abroad. These people are not scattered. They're in one location.
That's right.
When you can go on Google and you don't even have to mention the nationality. You can do it right now as we speak. You can say who was the slaves in Argentina, who's the slaves in Peru, who's the slaves in Chile, who's the slaves in Guyana, right? Who's the slaves in Belize, who's the slaves in Colombia, Brazil, and so on and so forth, Uruguay, right? It's going to tell you. They're going to say people of African descent. That's what it's going to tell you. If I could type in who the slaves in France, right? Who the slaves in Italy, it's going to tell you, right? Who the slaves in America, anywhere, it's going to tell you. It's not going to tell you them. You have to fit the curses. James 1:1 says, to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. These people are not scattered. Now, I'm sorry to cut you off. One more thing I want to say. This same guy, he said this right here. He just said this. He said, you are not in the truth. Now, this is what we're talking about. He'd rather debate a brother, right? And I would love to bring him on here, right? Because this is, people say, well, you playing the Most High, you separating the wheat from the tares. No, the Most High said he's going to use us as his battle axe. And he said that we are watchmen, right? So I got to be a watchman for my brothers and sisters. When the scriptures tell us not to give our sons and our daughters unto them, right? Because we start worshiping their gods, then how are we supposed to tell who these people are unless I can point them out directly to you? One question: how do you tell an Edomite? How do you tell a Moabite? How do you tell an Israelite? How do you tell? You tell by looking at times, and then you tell by the spirit, and you also go by the curses. So for this guy to say, I'm not in the truth, or you're not in the truth, how does he know? How does he know? Now, one thing I do know, he has to get permission to come and talk to me.
Yeah.
I don't need permission. Go ahead, sister.
That's the thing. He's conditioned. He's conditioned. All it does, it just boils down to Christianity. It just boils down to being in a religion. And that's what he's turned his Israelite movement into, a religion. Because if you go in and bombard people, this is the truth, this is the truth. If you're not with us, that just clearly means that you're not in the truth. And we know that's not true. We know the Most High is waking us up separately. So whether he's with a camp, it makes no difference. He woke him up regardless. Now, if you want to go to a camp and be brainwashed, then that's up to you. That's up to you. And for you to come and make comments like that, brazenly make comments about breaking up a movement or breaking up Israelites coming together as one, then obviously you've got a problem. He has got a problem.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
What I come to realize is some of these people, because I met them, they slow. I come to realize some of these people, they're slow. They was never in anything in life, right? They never had a girlfriend, or they confused on their sexuality. And so YouTube is actually, or Facebook is actually giving them a way out, because they can sit on the couch and talk. See, like you said, you watch me on YouTube. I have a camp, so-called camp, right? It's called F.O.P.E, 4-Hour People Edification. But guess what? We believe all Israeli Negroes. Are we saying that some can't look like a certain way? Of course they can. Of course they can. But we know 99.99% are people that look like this sister and myself. Point blank, period. You can like it, accept it, believe it or not. I love my sister, right? For all you guys out there calling them bitches and hoes and sluts and all that, right? Look at your mother, right? A lot of times you have to look at your mother, because the only way you're saying it must be something that you can identify with, right? And it must come from home. It must come from home. A lot of first of all, the scripture says that Israel is an adulterous nation. All of us have played the whore, male and female. A woman can't be a whore unless she find what? A whoremonger. So if she's a whore, then you're a whore right along with her. And you have to look at that. So stop addressing our women in a certain way and our men. This is the problem that we have in Israel today. We try to unify. We're trying to build. Check this out. Fine. Here's the thing. A lot of guys, what they do, they go out, they want to multiply wives for sex. And that's all they want to do. Just sex, sex. That's what they want to do. You know, I like sex just like the next man, you know, but that should not be your main thing. If you're going to get another wife, then what you want to do? You're supposed to build. You're supposed to build. You got to get the land together, get the homes together, get all this together. You can't just go, I just want a bunch of wives and they living over here and y'all don't have no land, no nothing, right? A lot of these guys come into this because, oh, I can get me a wife, more than one wife, right? And they still stay home with mom. They still stay home with mommy. You understand? But
it's sad. It's really, we're not doing the Most High's will. Majority of us are not doing the Most High's will, and we're not paying attention to the law, statutes, and commandments. We're really going off. It's so good to study the Bible because I love studying the Bible. I do it every day. And I listen to the word, every day. And I was listening to you this morning before I left out, and I believe that a lot of us are losing our way. We are really losing our way, and we're trying to be prophets. We're trying to be the best in this movement, and forgetting the purpose of this movement. It's just to wake us up, to do the law, statutes, the commandments. He made it easy. He made it simple for us. But sometimes we just want to make it hard. You know, I can understand, you know, at the beginning, you said that certain people, because of the curses, certain curses or certain things that they went through, but you said that they're Israel. But we've got Google, we've got information, we've got access to certain books. I've got so many books. Let's sit down and let's read. And you know, because I saw your book collection, you guys. I saw your books collection. It's like a library. It's like a library, and I love it. It's brilliant, and I like that, because you're not going to be ignorant to what's actually out there, and you're not going to be following anyone. And if anybody within the camp that you're in is going to go off, you're not going to say, well, I like you, so I'm going to follow you, or I'm going to, you know, excuse what you're saying. I can tell your personality. You're going to say no. Then you have to step off and you have to go, because we are about the truth and the truth only. I love camps. I'm not going to say that I don't like camps. There's a lot of people who I listen to even to today, but there's certain things which are said which kind of puts me off. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to stop watching you. I still respect you. You're still my brother. But there's certain things that I'm not going to be participating in, and that's what's stopping me from being in the camp, because there's certain things with the chart that I can't deal with right now. I have to, you know, research for myself. You know, it's just show yourself approved. So that's what I'm doing. I want to show myself that this is the truth, and not like Christianity go by what the pastor's saying, or what the because I grew up Jehovah's Witness, and what the elders are telling me, which is true, because I've had too many lies throughout my life. Let me do it for myself, and that's what I want to do. I want to research for myself, and the Most High directed me somehow to you. You know, I don't watch lives, and I somehow came directed to you. And when I found out about what it is that you're teaching, I said, oh my goodness. And I told my daughter, I said, listen, there's people coming out saying the truth of what we've been talking about for the past year. So I honestly, brother, thank you so much, all of you. It is important for us to all study. It's not about putting each other down. It's not about saying I'm right and you're wrong. All you're saying, and I say this to everybody who's watching, all you are saying is research. Don't put your pride before the Most High. Just research. It's as simple as that. Just research. This is.
Don't take my word for it.
Exactly.
Don't take my word for it.
And I commend you. I commend you because I know that you was in a camp, or you were surrounded with people who was in camps, and you actually got up. And it takes guts to actually do that. You actually got up and you said no. You said no. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna. My spirit is just not bearing. So I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna walk away, and I'm just gonna study and show myself. And that's what you did, and I'm glad you did that, because there's people like myself.
Because the scripture says, "Stir ourselves approve unto the Most High."
Right, that's
unto the Most High.
And it's this movement, not about and to me, this movement's not about anybody else. It's not about who I'm following and their truth. It's about what the Most High is directing me as truth. There's too much fights about Esau is the Arabs, and when there's so much
like, who cares?
It's crazy. And I just my brother's in America. Please stop it.
Exactly.
Seriously, right. Stop it. Just go on your own, research, read, ignore what you see on Facebook half of the time. You don't have to, join in with everybody. There's one brother, he's just on his own. He just gets 1 or 2 likes, and he continues, and he does videos after videos after videos. And I must admit, I like this brother. I like him because he's not with anybody. He's not following behind anybody. And I like that about, there's a few brothers out there. Right. And that's what I like about you guys. Is, as you said, it's not about likes and people following you. It's about the truth.
Right.
It is. Right. And this one West doctrine, one West was one West when one West was one West. Now, if that made any sense, when they were,
it makes plenty of sense
at the beginning. It did. And what they were saying, what they've done for us as a people and woken us up. Because I know the Jamaicans woke up and then he went off with Selassie. But with One West, they woke us up and they were strong. They were strong. One West is 100%. It doesn't mean that they're 100% correct in what they were teaching. So you have to now say, okay, that was your generation. This is my generation. And I'm going to research. And I'm not saying that you're wrong. Let me just go off and do it myself. Stop doing this Christianity thing. Stop doing this religious thing. And just try and prove to yourself the truth, not no one else. Don't let the pastors or
the scriptures say knowledge shall increase. Knowledge shall increase. So it's going to increase. Right. Yeah. So the Most High is not going to dump everything in one jubilee to all these guys, and there's nothing else. That's asinine, very obtuse. So I mean, at the end of the day, you have to read. You have to read, and you have to sit down, meditate and read. Because if you think one person got the truth, that's a lie. Nobody has all. I don't have all the truth. Nobody has all the truth. And what I mean by all the truth, meaning we don't know all. We don't know everything. That's it. We don't know everything. That's the only thing we say. You have the truth. Yeah, you have the truth knowing you're an Israelite. At least we better hope you're an Israelite.
That's right.
Other than that, you don't know everything. That's why scriptures say, how's it go? Iron sharpens iron.
That's right.
Right? Iron sharpens. So you can, sister, right now, I've been in the knowledge for some time. I don't know how long you've been, but I'm pretty sure you probably one day say, hey, Qanath, you ever looked at it this way? And I was like, I say, wow, the Most High used you to show me something. Yeah. You understand? Now let me build on that and pray and build on that. And that's what we're going through right now. That's what we're going through.
I mean, look, we got a curriculum at school. So every year or every so often it changes because new science or new information comes through. The information, the curriculum I had at school in the 70s is not the same curriculum my son or my daughter would have. So knowledge increases. People learn new things. There's always someone like yourself who say, you know what, I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to research it deeper and not just go for the basics. So we've always got soldiers like yourself who stands up and say, and I'm one myself, who will stand up and say, you know what? Let me just see. I like what you're saying, but something's telling me I got to do more research. I've got to investigate more. My spirit is crying out for more. So if we didn't have those people who stepped up and said, look, what we said in science in the 70s is not science in the 90s, for instance, you know, we'd be still back then there, and nothing we wouldn't have no mobile phones. We'll have nothing. So we have to, knowledge increases all the time. And this is a problem that we're having, that people think, well, One West knew what they were talking about then, so they must know what they're talking about now. Because there's a lot of knowledgeable.
Well, let me say something about that, if you don't mind. Let me say something about that. And this is the part. There is no one. Watch this. There is a One West doctrine. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why. So-called One West was a street address, and they wasn't the first people to wake people up. All right, people started waking up in the Book of Genesis. All right, from the very first verse, people started waking up when the Most High wrote the book. So One West, what they did was elevate it more through YouTube and street teaching. Right, people started watching. Right now, One West doctrine was basically saying, you know what, you so-called this and so-called that are the Israelites. Right. Now, there's no such thing as a One West doctrine. Let me give you an example. Some believed in the year 2000 the world was going to end. Yeah. Right? All right. Some of them say that. Now, some of them say, well, this guy came back and he's King David. Oh, this guy, he's King Solomon. Right? Oh, this guy's John the Baptist. Right? Ruth is a Moabite. Ruth is an Israelite. Qanath is an Israelite. Oh, he's not an Israelite. Esau is the Arabs. No, Esau the white man. You know, the Sabbath day falls on this day. Oh no, it falls on that day. Oh, you know what? I'm an old T now. Oh no, I'm a new T now. So it's boom. The Most High to split that thing up. No one can't believes in all the same thing anymore. So there's no One West doctrine. Right now, all we have is knowledge of who we are, right? Yeah. And certain other things that fit in. And we don't have the love that we're supposed to have. Like the guy that's from ISBK, pardon me what I'm about to say, the guy at ISBK, he probably don't know this. Now, he need to go back and see. I hate to embarrass people, but like sister said, I'm a soldier, and I'll put you on the spot. ISBK believe that a man can have anal sex with another woman. I mean, with a woman.
I saw the video.
And I'm like, what the? Right. They believe in that. You know, that's like Brokeback Mountain. So ISBK been breaking backs for a long time. You understand? Yeah. So, these are things that people need to understand when you go join certain camps. If any woman join ISBK, your back going to get broken in, because that's what they believe in. You understand? If that's what you want to do, or you understand? But that's what them guys gonna do, break your back. You understand? Yeah. So the scripture say we're not supposed to do that. You know, so no, I just want to go there since brothers want to talk about we're in the truth. Yeah, I'm in the truth, not in the back breaking.
I saw the book this morning. I saw the book. But I also saw the video with the brother. Oh my gosh, yeah. Woo. 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 Oh, crazy.
It's a fact.
It's a bit hot in here now. Yeah, I saw your video. I also saw the video of the brother talking about it, and I was like, is he just blatantly on YouTube? And it just begs to I don't know. I think we're losing it. We're losing it. And I think the Most High is the one who's doing it. I think the Most High is the one who's bugging us out. He's the one who's saying, right. Oh my God.
That's a good one.
No, but I think it's the Most High doing that, because I think the Most High is trying to put you back in your place. I think the Most High is saying, listen, you're not above me. Stop this. Don't tell. I've given you commandments, law, statutes, and commandments, and you're now talking about something completely different. You're telling that you could do whatever to your wife. You're extending my law, statutes, and commandments.
Right, add it to it.
And that's what we do. Right. We're extending his law, statutes, and commandments. We really got to stop extending it. And I'm sorry, brother. You're making
some guys say you could beat your wife. Some of them say you could beat your wife. You know, These are things that we have to talk about because this is crazy. I mean, not on my watch.
But this is what I'm talking about. We're extending the law, statutes, and commandments. He's made it simple for us. Just, you know, find your brothers and your sisters, okay? Tell them who they are. Don't be scared to ask them, is your father a Negro? Don't be scared, because it is dark Negroes. I have people who's darker than me who are Edomites, who is Edomites,
I want to know.
who are Ammonites, who are Moabites. You know, I know a lot of people who's walking around that you think is black, so-called black. When we're not black, but
not black.
Yeah, and you know, they could be West Indian.
Facebook blocked me for 2 months because I bought a guy. He was talking a lot of trash to me, and they make mistakes and leave their pictures on their profile. And I looked at all his pictures. Now he bought my complexion, look Negro, and I looked. I saw his father, then his grandfather, his great-grandfather, his great-grandfather looked like John Wayne.
Yeah.
And so I put the pictures up there. So he got mad and called Facebook mad because I put out his pictures that he put on Facebook. You know, chocolate covered Edomite. And he got upset about it, you know, because I don't want no man that's not an Israelite mess with our women. You know, no.
And that's the thing.
No.
I've always loved my own men, and you have to be dark. You know, you have to look like me. You have to look like me. And a lot of our sisters and a lot of our brothers have wandering eyes. Okay, and because we think it's better,
eyes.
Yeah, we think it's better on the other side, and it's really not, because there's a lot of horror stories, and I've heard a lot of horror stories from relatives who's been out with the other nations. I've never been attracted to them. I'm very polite to them. I can get on with them, but I've never been attracted to them in that way. I've always been upset with them and angry with them from when I was little. You know? I've always despised them for what they did to us, and especially I remember when I was a teenager and Roots came out. And I remember.
Oh man, I know that pissed you off, didn't it?
Oh my God. In my school, there was like a hill, and the so-called white kids must have been, they got to school before us. I think because we were so traumatized after watching Roots, we actually got to school late. So all the black girls were standing, because I went to all girls school, we were all standing on this hill, looking down at this playground. We wanted to kill them. We wanted to we wanted to tear them up. And I think once I realized what happened to us, we didn't know we went into slavery. I think I was about 13, 14 when I found out that we were slaves, you know, and I never understood. Yeah. I never understood, because I was born in this country. It was never spoken about. My mum never spoke about it. And I was devastated. And then, but the one thing about my surname, I never understood. My name is the same surname as mine. That don't make no sense. And we're not. I know we're not the same people, because I used to go around the playground saying, "Why are you pink? Why is your hair like that?" I used to be that girl going around in the playground thinking, "Why do you look like that? You know, why are you pink?" And they used to look at me like I'm the strange one. Yeah, I was a bit cheeky. I was cheeky.
No, check this out, sister. Check this out. This is why these other nations hate us, right?
Yeah.
Because we don't have no last name. Think about it. All the prophets in the Bible don't have a last name, right?
No.
You're only by your tribe. Either you Issachar, Zebulon, Judah, you know, Ephraim. You know, that's it. Your name is what it is. Moses' name is Moses. His name ain't Moses Johnson, Moses Smith. Right? He's just Moses. Moshe, that's it. We don't have no surnames. That's them with surnames. We don't have that.
Yeah, and it's true. We didn't.
And our last name is Yasha Allah.
Yeah. We had the best name. We had the best history. We still got the best history. No matter what, we've still got the best history. No matter what we've been through as a people, we have still got the best history, because no matter what, they still want to put out those slave films. They still want, even though it's cruelty what they've done to us, you know, and the Most High do these things to us. No matter what, they still want to highlight, even if it's in a derogatory way, they still want to highlight us. I do not see any slave film because I know what happened to
Sister, I want you to, you're going to have your own show right now for like 60 seconds. I'll be right back. Everybody listening.
All right, okay. Basically, I've always thought, why is there always slave movies about us? Why is it always about us and it's not about everybody else? Because I know the Native Americans went into slavery, you know, the Mexicans. Why aren't they doing any films about the actual Native Americans or the Mexicans? I know I don't live in America, so I don't really know what's happening out there, but it's really crazy the way it's always directed at us as a people. And this is why we have to really come together and you know, go by the spirit of knowing who we are as a people. We really have to know who we are as a people and how great we are and how they have to keep highlighting us, you know, making these films and try to make us feel disgusting and horrible about ourselves. We are the greatest people on the planet. And no matter what we've been through, we still, you know, we still get up. We still go to work. You know, despite how we may be living in poverty, you know, despite what we're actually going through in life and been through in life, we still get up and it's always about us. So, brother, what I was saying is, why isn't there no films, slavery films about the Mexicans or the Native Americans? Why is it always about us? You know, and that's something that I've always questioned. That you've got these slavery films, it's always just about us. I have nothing against natives, I have nothing against Mexicans, I have nothing against them at all. But I hear what you're saying about Negro, because there's a reason why the Jewish people are not putting them out in Hollywood. Why is it just about us? Why is everything directed to us? If they are the you know, a tribal, you know, the Essica or whoever they're supposed to be, Asher, why isn't their slavery, when they got apparently brought over to South America as well, why isn't it highlighted? Block, you know, box office event. Why isn't it a big movie about the Irish going into slavery? Why isn't it about the Mexicans or the Hispanics?
Well, they always talk about the Irish. The Irish was in slavery. The Irish in slavery. You can read about it.
They got paid.
They haven't. They give us what you can read about it, but I haven't seen no pictures, no nothing. No. I don't talk about the Irish was in slavery. I haven't seen it.
No, maybe it was about 1 or 2 of them who went into slavery.
Yeah. I mean, if it happened, okay, but I mean, how long? I mean, and then I don't. You got this book say they was in slavery. I mean, you got books saying the people that's in Israel are the real Israelites, and I done. Oh, I done read so many books, sister. We didn't give away books, and still don't give away books. So, but nah, the reason why they don't, you're not going to find books about certain people who say they're Israel, because they don't exist.
Yeah,
they don't exist. They don't exist. You're not going to find it, and then you're going to find out, like the brother was bringing out about people here in America and certain parts of Europe. Everybody was black, but something happened. A change happened, you know, and it is what it is. It is what it is, you know. But look, what I'm gonna do, I want, if you don't, if you're able, inbox me your number, because I want to talk to you offline, because I know you say you're supposed to be coming to the United States of America. You know, so right. I don't know. Are you close to France?
Yeah, it's just around the corner. It's just up the road.
Okay.
You take a train.
Okay.
I can take a train.
Well, I got to introduce my folks over there. I have family over there also, so he's been begging me to come over there, and I'm like, ain't part my language, ain't shit over there. I don't want to go over there. You know what I'm saying? But I'll probably go there and see.
You got a lot of Africans in France. A lot of Africans.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they basically run France. It's a lot of people.
Wow.
So, can I just say this? I don't know if you believe in this. My goodness, I'm having a deja vu right now. I'm really having a deja vu right now. And a big wave just came on I'm having a deja vu right now. I've spoken to you before. This is crazy. This is crazy. This whole scene. I'm like, and I have them quite often. Things are coming. Been coming. Wow, I'm having a deja vu. But yeah, France. When you go over there, you would love it. They would love. They love us. But at the same time, this undercover racism, like over here, is undercover racism. But they're very careful of us. When the British surround us, very. It's not like both how they're bold in America. No, they're scared of them. Because the slightest
well,
thing
sister, they're afraid of us over here too. Trust me, they are. They are very afraid of us. They know we're shooters. They know we're top men in a damn minute, so they scared of us.
Because
we'll blow your head off over here. That's a fact.
Yeah, we ruin your property. We'll kick down your house. These kids nowadays, they will go and burn down your house. They will fight you. They fight the police. They don't care. They will riot over here. So they're kind of scared of us over here, and they try for this equality thing, which, you know, and that's why a lot of our people are falling for it. A lot of our people are falling for this equality, and we're all the same. We all bleed the same. You know,
it's love.
Love. It's love. But I can't wait to go to America so that I can just see for myself instead of watching things on YouTube.
You got family over here you coming to see? Why Cali?
My other half is over there. He lives over there. Yeah, so I'm going to be going over there just to, you know, have a good time. Oh my God. Find myself on Facebook. Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah. So I can't wait. But yeah, so I want to go over there as well and experience America, not just hear it on Facebook, and you know, because I absolutely love my people. I love and adore my people. And as I said, whether you're in a camp or not, I absolutely love my people. And I love my people because when they step up and they you know, want to increase their knowledge, it's just brilliant. It's just amazing.
It's and we got to pass it down to our children. Pass this knowledge down. That's the only way we're going to increase ourselves, by giving each other knowledge. It's very important. Yeah. We can't just stay settled, you know. Yeah. So, hey, sister, it was wonderful talking to you. I'm glad you finally came out the shell. You know, and I hope some others come out the shell. Please talk to me and call more on my lives, because I like it. That way my voice won't start hurting so much. I'm doing all the talking. But I appreciate you coming on and talking, and keep in touch. And most I will. I'll see you in Cali. Or Africa.
And I'll send you my
or friends.
I'll send you my people.
Okay.
So our friends. Yeah.
All right.
Go over there. You'll love it. You'll love it. Shalom.
All right. Shalom.
Shalom, brother.
All right. All praises. All praise. Beautiful. I'm gonna see if anybody's want to come on. Then I'm gonna jump off. I've been on here for a second, I believe. Well, I don't know what a second. Let me see. I'm just gonna press something. Anybody that want to come. It's another sister I want to come on, but she has actually disappeared off of the. Let me see. Let me see. So, sister, I want to add on here. I like my sister to speak, man. Everybody think in Israel, this is why it's important that our sisters speak. Only the men speak. And the guy that was talking the trash, he left off, of course. He ran, man, like the wind. Earl Hooker, whatever his name is. He ran, man. I'm sorry, I'm sending him a message. So let's see if he's gonna come on. Okay, all right. Let me see. I don't know who this is. All right, guys. All praise to the Most High. I hope everybody was edified. I hope everybody enjoyed the message that the brother came out with. So Chris Coleman. I'm not sure who you are or if we friends or not. Well, shalom to you. So hope everybody was edified. I see also who's this? Wait a minute. Angel. If you'd like to come on and speak, you're welcome to come on and speak. I invite you if you want to come on, because I'm about to jump. Talk about anything. We can talk about it, what the brother said that's going on in Israel, or what the sister and I was speaking about. Okay? And then I'm going to jump off. Where's the sister that I want to talk to? Where is she at? I forgot her name. Oh, she go right there. I see her. I see her face. Okay, I see her face, but I want to talk to her. Ooh, hurry, man. Don't, I can't stand that smell, man. Yeah, that's the chemicals. Sister's not showing your name because I want you to come on. I like your spirit. I just can't. It's not showing. Oh, boy. Let me see. It's not showing. Now, I see you watching. I see you watching, sister, and I cannot. Now let me bring you on. What's up, Dave? Oh, Dave, come on. Let me see. I know you want to come on and say something, bro. If you do, just let me know. I'm not going to just bring you on right away like I usually do. I'm trying to bring the sister on. Then I'm going to jump off. What's up, Uriah? You had a good nap out? I feel you. I'm going to jump off, bro. I've been on here for a second now. I'm just trying to see this sister I wanted to bring on, but it's not. I don't see what she wants to come on. All right. Well, most likely I'll be back on later on tonight. I don't know how late, but I may be back on. I don't know. I do want to address certain things, but I hope everybody got edified. Rewatch this video for the first 30 minutes or 45 minutes. You will be greatly informed. Greatly informed. Yeah. What the brother brought out. Okay? So I'm gonna get off, give everybody a chance to watch, because I'm gonna set up a GoFundMe, and hopefully I can get some people to support what I'm trying to do with my travels to help edify and help build. So we'll see. I hope you guys support. So I'm gonna set up a GoFundMe. Hope you guys can support the things that I'm trying to do. All praise to the Most High. Most God bless you and your beloved family. My name is Qanath. Shalom.